Summertime is the perfect time to connect with our kids, but what's the best way to do it? Jeff Londraville is the author of The Filter, and he's going to tell us how we can keep our kids safe and sound this summer. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Seth. Great to be here.
So why is it that summertime is so easy and so fun for the kids?
Well, you know, summertime is not the daily grind. And during the winter months, during the holidays, you know, everybody's so stressed out, whether it's work, the holidays, the weather, whatever it is. So it's a perfect time to connect with our kids and connect with everybody, actually, and make good energy in our families and create good energy. So when times maybe aren't so good, and maybe when times do get stressful during the year, you have that rapport with your children or your family or your people that you've developed during the times of the summer when you're a little more laid back.
That's such a good point, because yeah, if you think about it, maybe come fall time you'll have a dispute about school, but maybe your kid will think, oh, you know what, mom and dad, they're pretty cool because we had a good time this summer, we did a bunch of things.
Exactly. It's about being proactive. So people always talk about, okay, you know, what can I do with my kids? This happened in school, this happened in this situation, they're not getting along with another person. Of course, bullying is such a huge topic these days. You know, then they become reactive. So summertime's the time to build the rapport with your children, whether you're talking about anything, whether you're going to the beach, whether you're doing some of these fun things that are on your show today.
Yeah.
It's when's the time to talk? And it doesn't have to be about, so what do you think about school year coming up? It doesn't have to be about that. It's about building that trust, that relationship, just like you said. When things don't go so good, when things do get tough, they say, oh yeah, I remember mom, dad, they're, you know, easy to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up that situation that's not going so good. It's about being proactive instead of reactive, because parents get into this, well, what do I do now? Do I call the school? What do I do? Well, if you have that common thread with your child, it makes things so much easier for them, and they feel protected and valued.
Oftentimes, I think it's hard for parents because when you're in the day-to-day grind and you're in the house, there's not a lot of places to talk to the kids because they're off watching TV, they're playing video games, they're doing this and that. Exactly. What are some tactile things that parents can take their kids out to do? Well,
that's a great point too, you know what I mean? Projects, any type of projects, the beach, laid back kind of stuff, the drive. People like really don't understand how important the drive is, whether it's to the movies, whether it's to the beach, or anything. Really take quality time in that drive. It could be a song on the radio. You like this song, buddy? You like this song, honey? That kind of stuff. And it builds that rapport of, oh, who sings this? And get interested in your child's life. So if they say suddenly this person sings it, I can't believe mom or dad's taking an interest in me. There we go again with the rapport. There we go with the connection. It can be anytime, anywhere.
And it's all about being the cool parent too, because let's say you hear that cool song on the radio and you like it and your kids like it, it's something that you have in common.
Right. And it's about balance. You know, you be that cool parent that holds the restrictions, that still keeps the balance of this is what we're supposed to do, this is how we speak to people, but this is also you can have trust and value in me to come to me with anything.
Now, Jeff, speaking of restrictions, I think summertime is tough because the parents still have to work, but the kids have no structure. And school is great because it gives you that structure. You work, and then you come home and relax. How can parents still remain cool, but how can they set boundaries and guidelines over the summer?
As an educator and a parent, this is the most difficult time because you want to be a little more relaxed because they don't have that structure, but in the same time, you want to keep those skills alive and teach them the right things in life. As an educator, you know, when they come in September, when the students come back, it's like, oh, well, here's 2 months of no structure. This is going to be a difficult week, that kind of stuff. But what we really try to do as an educator and a parent, again, is keep some type of structure. You can let loose on other things, but let's not forget the real things that are important. You know, a lot of teachers talk about make sure you read over the summer. Very important, obviously. But why? The reason is so you don't lose those skills, so you practice those skills. Well, such is life. You know, keep practicing the skills that make you successful, that give you self-discipline, that when you enter the classroom in September, it's not a shock to your system.
Absolutely. Jeff, I want to talk about your book. It's called The Filter, and the nice part about the book is it's kind of a different take. It's about unclogging the negativity. But that's something you can say it until you're blue in the face, but doing it's the hard part. So how can you do it?
Yeah, it's difficult to do. But what I find is you know, I've seen a lot of books throughout the years about being successful, being positive. And everyone's like, yeah, that's great, but what's getting in the way? What's getting in the way is the negativity. No matter how it was put into your mind, no matter how it was created in your heart, the negativity is what we need to get out to then put in the good stuff. So this is what the book really concentrates on. And it's really for the people that start thinking negatively about their life or get sad or depressed. How do I remove that stuff from my heart, my mind, so I can then enter the laughter and the good things that come into our lives. It's about balance, but ultimately we need to get rid of the bad stuff that's just weighing us down, and it's an anchor to having a successful, controlled life.
And it's about organization too. You say one of the most important things, you have to organize your thoughts. But what does that really mean in the context of your book?
Well, organize your thoughts are extremely important, and let me give you a little example of that. You know, we run into a lot of things at any age, but especially as teenagers, people react out of emotion. So if I'm mad or I'm sad, something happened to me, someone said something to me, they react out of emotion. And what happens is intelligence is nowhere to be found. And what happens is emotion's real high and intelligence is real low. And what we need to do is try to balance that out. So when something does happen to anybody, no matter what the age is, but I'm trying to teach these life skills to teenagers as well, that when this happens and you react or you want to react, think count to 5, count to 10, take a deep breath. And the reason why people say that is so intelligence can catch up to the emotion and then say, what should we do here? Is this the right thing? Do we react this way? Do we act out of anger, sadness, to make our lives better, not worse?
Jeff, these are great tips. I guess to summarize, unclog that negativity, organize your thoughts, and then kind of implement the good thoughts. I know it's easier to say than do, but it's good that we have people saying it.
But we can do it. We can do it.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you so much, Seth.
And to find out more ways to keep your kids busy this summer, you can always log on to mymassappeal.com. Just click Family Appeal.